There is much to discuss. We could talk about Grady Diangana signing the contract extension to see him to the end of the championship season with West Brom. We could talk about the meetings being held today to start to allow a trickle of fans back inside football stadia at some as yet undisclosed point in time. But there is nothing more pressing on my mind at the moment than the Barber Dodger extraordinaire, Declan Rice. That image is burned. It really is. Do you remember the image? The one where Jordan Hugil is shocked at just how much Declan Rice's hair has grown. Now, we know, allegedly, that Jarrod Bowen has popped to the barbers, or the barber has popped round Jarrod Bowen's house. It was trim, it was neat, it was shaved. Jarrod Bowen's hair I'm talking about here. But I don't know. It seems that Declan Rice didn't want so. But this has coincided with another story. Now, the story was about Wayne Rooney. It's not really a story. But I think the Daily Mirror ran with it anyway. And Wayne Rooney went training in the rain, as you do. The weather's turned horrible, by the way. And as his hair got wet, it revealed that he was thinning again. Now, for those of you that don't know, Wayne Rooney basically lost his hair. He had hair implant surgery. I've thought of it myself, actually. I've got to be honest with you. I've thought about it. Or the new teeth, you know. Or having a laser eye surgery. I've thought about all of them. But I do tend to buy a pinball machine instead. Anyway, that's by the by. Now, apparently, when you have the hair, you need a donor hair from somewhere. Now, apparently, as the story goes, Wayne Rooney's run out of donor hairs. Where do donor hairs come from? I thought they came from the nether regions, or I don't know. So apparently they take the hair follicle out and they pop it on the head. So Wayne Rooney, seriously, it says has run out of donor hairs. So I'm imagining he's down below. You know, there's nothing. I reckon he's had every pubic hair pulled out and put on his head, but it still hasn't worked. So I was wondering, maybe because Declan Rice has got so much of it. Sorry, laptop. Maybe Declan Rice could be a hair donor. Maybe Declan Rice could give some of his bountiful hair. It's like the Amazon, isn't it? Declan Rice's hair. Maybe he could donate his hair to Wayne Rooney. Why doesn't Wayne Rooney just take some off his beard and put it on his head? I don't know how it works. But I know you're all itching to wonder what Wayne Rooney would look like with Declan Rice's hair. I think it works. I like it. Now, Jordan Hugil was obviously shocked. But I wonder what else Jordan Hugil is shocked about. Let me tell you what has also shocked Jordan Hugil. Jordan Hugil is shocked by fixture congestion for West Ham. He may be wearing a Queen's Park Rangers top, but he's still worried about West Ham. I saw them, but I didn't quite digest and absorb quite how closely packed these fixtures were together. Right? Let's take a little look together. West Ham v Wolves on the 20th of June. Forget what times the fixtures are. Spurs, 23rd of June, 3 days later. Okay? Then we get a little break because we played Chelsea on the 1st. And this is where it all gets a little bit tight. A little bit. There's no 2 metre distance in between our fixtures, that's for sure. West Ham v Chelsea on the 1st. Then we travel up to Newcastle 3 days later for a game. 4 days later, we're back down in London to play Burnley. 3 days after that, we go up to the Midlands, East Anglia, to sunny Norwich, to play Norwich. Funny enough. I don't know if there are any other teams in Norwich, but we're going up to Norwich to play Norwich. And funny enough, we go up to Newcastle to play Newcastle. That's the 11th. Then the 15th, 4 days later, we're playing Watford. So just to get this right, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days. Guess what's coming next? It's another 3 days. We've got to go back up to Manchester. Not to play a Manchester team, but it's Manchester United this time. That's the 18th. We then basically have a week until the last game, which is against Aston Villa, which is on Sunday, the 26th of July, 3 p.m. at the London Stadium. I knew they were going to be crammed together. It shouldn't be a surprise, should it? Let's be perfectly honest with you. They've got to do what they've got to do, right? To cram it all in and to get the fixtures done, to get the season ended, to make it as successful as it can be, and to get it going again for next season, whenever they're planning on doing that, be it August or September or whatever. I guess they're going to need another break. Crazy! Why do they need a break? They've all been having a break. I don't know, but they'll need to sort something out. However, when you look through it, and when it's just printed out in front of you, think, wow, okay, we're going to get a lot of injuries, not just us. But let's be fair, West Ham do traditionally seem to get more than their fair share of injuries. And that's just normal, and football's normal. I know the players have been keeping up their fitness regimes and doing stuff, but doing sit-ups at home is probably not the same as how you twist and you turn and you sprint, you stop, you go again during a game of football. So I'm pretty sure those are the injuries that will be occurring, muscular injuries, or what do I know? I know nothing about, but I do know that doing exercise at home is not going to prepare you for quick changes of movement and what goes on the football field. Now, they have had the opportunity to look at the Bundesliga and see what they've done wrong and what they've done right, of course. And as I understand it, injuries in the Bundesliga are 2.5 times more than they were before. Hopefully, we've been able to look at that. We've been able to put other training practices into effect. But, when I was showing you those photos from the game against QPR, it was hard enough to get the goal. Oh, sorry, I should have told you, it wasn't 4-0 scored the last goal, it was Masuaka. Beg your pardon. But that highlights my point, which was going to be that it was hard enough to get information about that West Ham game anyway. Had someone got injured, I'm not entirely sure we'd know about it quite yet. So I expect we'll see injuries. There was Yarmolenko's agent came out yesterday and said that Yarmolenko won't be moving anywhere. He's remaining at West Ham. Yarmolenko is somebody that I hadn't expected to see start in games, so I just thought, well, that's Bowen's position. But I'll tell you what, when you have games every 3 or 4 days, and let's just have a look. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games back to back, basically. It's really nobody's position. Is Bowen going to start at right wing for all those? No. Michael Antonio is going to need to be wrapped in cotton wool. Undoubtedly. There's no way Mark Noble is starting all those games. There's just no way. You might find, I guess you run less at centre-back. Do centre-backs cover less distance in a game? I would imagine they would. He's lazy. I just stand there, do nothing. So, I would imagine a centre-half, maybe someone like Diop plays every game. We hope Fabianski plays every game, by the way. We don't want him picking up a knock, do we? But my point of the matter is, this is going to be really tough. It's going to be really, really hard. And I know we like to laugh sometimes about how bad our squad is. And I do think, having played FIFA again with Gio just yesterday, which we will try and get uploaded today on the main channel, by the way, it became very evident to me just how how light we are at striker and centre forward. That being said, I do think we have a good squad. I do think the depth is there. If Yarmolenko's fit, being able to swap out Bowen for Yarmolenko is not a bad thing. Having the choice of Fornals or Lanzini to play attacking midfield is not too bad. I do think Antonio is going to have to be deployed as a forward because I just don't think Sebastian Haller plays every game. And I don't think you really want to put a Jetty in there, despite him scoring in the pre-season friendly, of course. Pre-season? Even I'm saying it. It feels like pre-season, doesn't it? It's quite strange. It's a shame we don't have more right-backs. I joke. We've got a couple of left-backs. We've got a couple of right-backs. We've got some cover at centre-half. We do have a few midfielders. And we may laugh at Jack Wilshere, but he seemed to have played in the game against QPR. I guess we'll find out if he plays against Crystal Palace. If he does, then Jack Wilshere will have some part to play in this run-in. Everybody, I would imagine, is going to play, apart from Roberto and Carlos Sanchez, probably. But they might. But anyway, I just thought that was... I looked at that and I went... Because I did think it was slightly squeaky bum. That is squeaky bum, by the way. Anyway, right, that's it. Good news from this part of the world is I'm getting a new microphone, which is being delivered today by Amazon, which is very, very exciting. It's a new microphone for me to do this. Much thank all the people who donated on the patrons. By the way, the link is in the description below if you fancy doing it. I wouldn't get another microphone though. Might just get more sweets. I'm running out of sweets. Look how many hard gums are left in that. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We've got a friendly match tomorrow against Crystal Palace. Shh. The club don't want any news. They don't even want us to speak about it at all. So, I won't be trying to sneak in. Flying a drone. I might fly a drone. I'm not really. Don't arrest me. I'm not really. I don't even have a drone. But I did have a drone. We went on a holiday to Wales and I crashed it. And it broke. I was gutted. But it was really good. I really enjoyed that for a day. Taking holiday snaps from the air. But I don't have one anymore, so I won't be. But anyway, the point of the matter is we've got a game tomorrow against Crystal Palace. Whatever information we get, we might give it out. I might just look at the pictures and take the mickey again. In fact, that's probably what I will do. So if you're looking for any insightful, tactical review of what's gone on with West Ham v Crystal Palace, you probably want to go and watch a different channel. You won't get it here. Right. I'm about to sit on the porch and wait for the Amazon man to arrive.
Open wide like you invited to stay. Front door. Locked behind so next in line can't play. Front door. Got the lock, switch your keys out of date. No welcome mat, stop, turn back, walk away. Front door. Close the side, get changed up, who they can take. Front door. A jar of air, I spent that jam master J. Front door. A metaphor for what we see.